Hey, what's going on, Battle Prime? In this video, I want to show you some of the different animated skins that are now available in Season 6 and the 6.0 update. And as you can see right here on the screen, we've got one of the, I think, probably one of the most prominent animated skins that we'll see in the game so far, which is the Burnout skin on Blast. And we'll take a look at this a little bit closer, but there's also going to be some more subliminal and more subtle type of animated skins. So let's jump in over to the Primes page and start taking a look at these animated skins. Again, we're going to start out here with Blast, and heading into his new skin tab here, we could take a look at the Burnout option. We'll go full screen with this one here and get a good look at these flames. Now, I'm also going to include some gameplay with this one here so you can see exactly what this Burnout skin looks like, because it does take a certain achievement in-game in order to actually have these flames turn on. You have to get an 8-kill streak. So once you receive that medal, then the flames will actually activate, and they'll last as long until you pretty much get killed. And then it'll reset and start all over. So again, check out the clip where you can see these animations actually come to life in a match. Alright guys, so in this video here, we're going to just play some Burnout skin. Just going to speed up some parts until we actually get to the skin activating. And this does come from the super test, so I'm honestly just slaying bots here, nothing impressive. But going through it, as you start to stack up kills, what's important to know about this Burnout skin is that the skin activates and slowly activates as you actually stack kills. So you'll notice that once we get to about, I want to say it's about 5 kills or so, that you'll notice that Blast will actually begin to smoke. I think it's actually going to be this very next that we're going to go ahead and get. We should start getting a little bit of smoke coming from his collar. There it is. As we go ahead and get this next kill, which I believe is 6, and that bot just totally missed me. That smoke you can see really coming out pretty heavy from the collar. And what will happen is once we actually hit that 8-kill streak medal, which is going to be the next kill, and it's the I think it's the apocalyptic medal. That's the one that's going to go ahead and trigger those flames to come on here. So now you can see the flames are burning right off the one side of the collar. You'll notice a little bit around kind of the wrist a little bit, and I totally just chucked that grenade there and missed it. The only thing I'm a little disappointed by is like that flame honestly is like kind of one-sided. It's in a bit of an odd spot. It's not honestly that impressive because it's not that noticeable. It's like as if like the one side of his neck is just on fire. It would have been cool to see just maybe a little bit more. But with this Burnout skin, I think it is pretty neat that it does actually trigger and activate the more kills you get. So knowing if anyone does equip this skin once it becomes available in the game, you know that they've at least killed 8 people in a streak here without dying. And those flames will at least give you that away, and you'll either end up being just the next kill for them, or you'll end up resetting this animated skin. Because again, with the Burnout skin, once you die, like I do here to this Alex 3 million bot, my flames and the smoke are gone. That skin resets. So if you want to keep those flames on, you have to not die, or you have to get yourself back up to another apocalyptic medal, which is those 8 kills. So again, we'll just kind of speed up through here. We'll get ourselves back up into that 5 or 6 kill streak here. We've got the smoke coming out. We're about to stack up that 8th kill, so we're on a 6 now. There's 7. Here comes 8 with this next kill, and those flames are reactivated again. So you could reactivate these flames in this skin multiple times within a match, but those flames will reset each time you die. But I think that gives the animated skin something unique. It's not always constant, but again, it gives you something almost kind of work towards to get that skin animated. And you know, I think it's just a cool feature. It definitely opens up some potential of what's possible for not only just more Prime skins, but even weapon skins in the future. So let me know what you think of this Burnout skin. Are you going to be someone who picks it up when it comes out, just like we saw with the new Halloween skins with the Hellhound and Cerberus that were also animated? Give me your thoughts on those. Now, this is not the only animated skin that Blast has. If we actually come in, we'll take a look at the Dark series of skin. Is something that many of the other Primes will actually have as an animated option. Again, this is one of the more subtle ones. We've had the Dark skin in game, but in the 6.0 update, it just had the animations added. You can see this along those kind of yellow edges and different panels along Blast here, and especially noticeable more down his back plates, where you can see this almost Matrix type of vibe happen on this dark flame skin. And yet again, there's many other primes that have that dark skin variation, and you can get a chance to see each one of those here in just a moment. With that, let's go ahead and jump on over to one of the other primes. We'll take a look at Shock and just kind of go through these in order now. So if we switch over to Shock skin, the only skin that Shock will have as an animated option, again, is going to be that Dark series. So if we just go ahead and find this, I might have actually gone right past it. Where did you go? There it is. Dark Flash went right past it. So if we switch over to Dark Flash and pull him out, again, what you'll see is there's just a couple of panels on him, back shoulders, right down his spine and down into his legs. And then again, same thing here on that right shoulder, and just a few panels on the chest plate as well. Not even as noticeable as Blast, but again, that same series giving the animation. Now let's go in and check out another one here. Pull out a Shock and head on over to Vityaz. On Vityaz, same thing. We're going to take a look for the Dark series. His Dark armor is the only skin that's going to have that animation, and his is a bit different. His is actually more pixelated, where Blast and Shock had more of that Matrix type of drip effect, but Vityaz has this very, again, pixel kind of alteration that's going on here on his forearms, down on his shins, his shoulders, and a little bit on the back of his helmet. You don't really get a good view of it here, but right there on the back of his helmet, you can see that panel that's changing up a bit. So yet again, another one of the Dark series here on Vityaz, and that's the only one that Vityaz will have as an animated skin for now. So if we go ahead and take a look, let's switch on over to Vision. We'll stick with some of these classics here. With Vision, if we switch on over here to her Huntress, is one of the other animated skins that she'll have, which again, very subtle, even more subtle than the Dark series. It's really just a little bit of these highlights that come up between these kind of hexagon panels that are on her shoulders and on her thighs. Again, subtle little glow. I haven't really played with her yet in this 6.0 build, so I don't know if it takes something to turn these on, but I don't believe so. I think these types of animations between the Dark series and these are pretty much going to be permanent. That's my guess. Now with Vision, we do also have the Dark series, so if we switch on over to the Dark Eye, we do return to more of that Matrix type of drip effect. So on Vision, I'd say it's actually a lot more noticeable than some of the other agents, noticing it on much more of her arms, down her torso, and even onto her legs. So yet again, that Dark series, a bit more prominent on her, but nothing so much on the back. She's actually kind of a bit boring back there, in more than one sense, I guess. With that, let's jump on over and take a look at Quarterback. So with Quarterback, yet again, is going to be that Dark series. So if we can go ahead and find that one here. Here we go. Dark Rush, do a full expansion. And QB here also has just more of that, again, kind of drip effect. I don't know what I'm probably not even describing it right, but we'll just call it the Matrix effect. And as usual, this is always my disappointment with Quarterback. He always seems to have the most minimal panels and touch areas of these graphics and designs. Like most of his other artwork stays pretty much still and stationary. He only gets these small sections that typically change. And with QB, that's pretty much all we get in that Dark series are those edges of his shoulders and right around his torso. Really barely noticeable even on the thighs, just the top and bottom of those plates. Now let's take a look and switch on over to another agent. We'll go on over to Poison. Now Poison has actually been one of the first animated skins that was in the game, and it was even available in 5.0. And that is actually the Renegade skin. If you ever noticed it, he actually had these flames that came right out of his goggles here. That has been there since 5.0, so kind of the first animated skin, always been there. But if we go ahead and switch this up, we'll take a look at his Dark series. Again, we'll just kind of take a look for it here. Dark Venom. Here we can see he's kind of had this very like plasma type of effect on his Dark series, so different than even the other agents, the Vityaz, the Shock, the Blasts. He has this very plasma style effect on these different touch points, most prominent there on his torso. You can also see it running down his back, especially on his shoulders, and even on the back of his hood, which is kind of an interesting place for it. And then it just accentuates on his thigh panels and his backpack there a bit. So again, Poison with another one of these animated skins, and I believe that was it, but I'm going to take a quick double check here. Going to come all the way up to his, I don't think his Shadow one did have anything. Nope, just double checking. So we had those two skins. Let's go ahead and check out Isotope. Isotope has a skin change. Now again, the Dark series everybody's had, And the Dark series is going to be a bit different for Isotope. So he has more, I'm going to say he, we don't really know what Isotope is. It could be a girl underneath there, who knows? But Isotope gets more of this static effect on his Dark series, where you can see it on his mask, as well as on his different kind of panels down his legs, the edges of his torso, and really right underneath his forearm, you can see that kind of edging through there. Now, yet again, Isotope has kind of always been one of the more original animated skins. He's always had an animation that triggered, and it was his mask. Whenever his ability was fully charged, his mask, that face, would appear. So yet again, Isotope's always been a bit animated, but now he gets more of these touch points throughout the rest of his skins. Let's go ahead and take a look at Thunder. Switch on over to her skins. The only one that Thunder has as an animation as well that I picked up on here was the Dark Light. If we go ahead and pull this one out, she has that standard Matrix type of effect. Again, running down some of the lining down her torso, legs. Again, nothing too different for her. Again, pretty basic, but I mean, hey. Let's also take a look at some of the animated skins that are coming to weapons. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and just use the MK16 as one of my options. And on here, we're going to go ahead and just take a look at the paint tool. And as we go through these, some of these skins will be animated. Let's start out. We'll take a look here. The alpha is what we already had equipped, so we'll head on in here to the Vice. And with that, you can see a bit of that kind of shimmer effect that's taking place all the way throughout there. Again, one of these pretty cool animated skins that is, again, added here to the MK16. I'm just going to look through these. I think a few of these other ones may be animated here. If we take a look, the Uplink has this, again, kind of glitch type of panel effect to it. We'll go ahead and just freeze this still, and so you can take a look at some of the changing of those pipes, or so to say, that's going through there. Let's take a look at the Void skin. Again, a bit more of this almost type of like geometric plasma effect that's taking place. I do think it is a pretty cool one. I like the color combination here. We have Inferno here on the MK16 as well, which is almost like lava, but just animated. So I actually think this one's pretty cool. This is what I originally thought the volcano would eventually become, or that lava one. But we've got the Inferno, which I think is definitely a step up. Taking a look at the Noxious skin here. Again, almost like that poison plasma effect. Again, just in this nice neon green. Yet again, a pretty cool one. And I think one of the coolest ones that we absolutely have is the Ice Wind. There's something about this skin that I really enjoy. It's I actually think this looks a bit more like electricity than Ice Wind. But, you know, that's all right. I guess we've got the uplinked one instead. And that is, I mean, some of the new animated skins that we'll have here on the weapons. I'd say out of each of these on the MK16, I would probably say the Vice. Just, I mean, the color fade effects on this is really cool. The animation is a bit simpler, so there's definitely more animated skins out there, but definitely a cool feature. And a lot of those, we'll just go ahead and swap over to another one of these other types of weapons and take a look at it. We'll grab the Easy here as just an example of the SMG. Go to our little paint tool, and in here, we'll just scroll through. Yet again, you'll see that we have the Uplinked, the Void, Inferno, Noxious, and Ice Wind are all here. So we'll just kind of click through these and get a chance to see that each of these animated skins are going to be a pretty standard, consistent option across most of the weapons. I'm not going to say all because, quite honestly, I haven't gone through every single one of them. But you'll get a chance to see these now blue-tiered animated skins. Now, this one does not have that very purple, more rare tier type of skin to it. So with that, you know, maybe the MK16 might be one of the only ones, but maybe we'll see some more of those in the future as we start to see these animated skins. And you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and choose, let's jump over into the sniper. I'm going to grab the J28, which comes with glitch, and see if we've got anything unique here, which doesn't look like we do. But if we scroll down, we can still see the same options here: Uplinked, Void, Inferno, the Noxious, and Ice Wind as well. So I'd be really interested to know, guys, what do you think of these animated skins on the primes and the weapons? Out of what you've seen so far in this video, what's your favorite? What's your favorite animated skin on the primes. And out of all these animated skins for weapons, assuming that these are pretty much going to be our standard options across the weapons, except for that one additional option we saw in the MK16, which of these would you choose to equip? Would you go Uplinked, Void, Inferno, Noxious, or Icewind? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of general and animated skins coming to Battle Prime here in 6.0 in the Season 6. And again, stay tuned for more Battle Prime content. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and keep an eye out for the next video to drop soon. I'm Jaeger, and I'm out.